everyone, as I promised, I'm going to show you some simple technique of making a very beautiful earrings. And I showed you already some earrings made with paper lace, with some texture paper, and today I'm going to use a scrap paper. And why, I explain you. I show also in some shorts this vintage looking earrings because I use this scrap paper, and the technique of using the paper, it's so simple. That's why I think everyone can make these beautiful earrings. And the vintage style, old-fashioned style, it's come back to fashion, right? As I showed you in some video, and by the way, excuse my voice, I'm going through the cold, I'm recovering, but again, I think recover from cold, it's a perfect time to do some artwork because it gives you colors, it gives energy, it relaxes you, and that's why I decided to record the video and make some jewelry. And I showed in some video that I use this wood shape or wooden shape to make my earrings, and of course I prefer to prepare these earrings, especially backside, before I put anything in front. And I explain why, because it's very easy to damage the front or the back when you making when you work with glue, for example, with paint, with varnish. At the same time, it's not easy to repair the front side when you already put some ornament or put some paper or paint it. It's much easier to repair the back side. That's why I use some stain, and I put some stain. When it's dry, I cover it with some varnish, or I use gloss Mod Podge. And gloss Mod Podge is quite cheap water soluble material. And I really like it because I was skeptical about Mod Podge, but now I really like it. And today I'm going to use Mod Podge to glue the paper. Okay, I found this. So I use this one, matte Mod Podge, because this Mod Podge also, it's not expensive, and it's really good and acts like glue and also like a varnish on the top. And you can use PVA, you can use any type of glue, but of course you don't need expensive type of glue, like especially when you use a scrap paper, because paper goes very easily with Mod Podge or with PVA. And at the moment I'll just put it aside, and I think I'll choose this one. So I'll choose this shape, right? But I'm gonna show you something. I was going through some scrap paper, and I found a very beautiful ornament, and I found like this and this. It's not like abstract, but it's like old looking, right? And look at this beautiful roses. So I found that this paper is very interesting, and if you add some sparkles or some kind of to make it even brighter, more shiny, look at this one. So this one I used for my earrings, and when I was looking through all these papers and pieces of paper, this type of scrap paper is quite thick, I would say, which is already good, because then you don't need too much protection on the top. But look at these colors, and I found so many. Look at this. I even didn't open. Actually, I was opening, but this is what I like. Some kind of like old-fashioned type, and also this one. And I'm telling you, I was so surprised how many colors you can choose. And this scrap paper is so cheap, so not expensive, mostly made for books and for other things, right? But I also found amazing paper lace, like this one. Look at this, like vintage type, they call vintage type. So usually 2 by design, and I already was thinking, wow, this is look gorgeous. And even this one, like the roses. And if you add some elements, then you have even more kind of even better design. Look at this, right? Even this one, oh my goodness, like I love all of them. I even don't know which one to choose because all of them are so good. And wow, which one to choose, right? And maybe this one. So having different shapes, of course I can play, and it takes time to play because, as I said, I even don't know which one I like more. This one, maybe I start with this one. And again, so I put it aside. I'll probably make more. It's just like I'm showing you the technique. So if I use this type of shape, of course I can change for this one or even this type, right? A round one. But I'll use a bigger size because I want you to see better. So now I want to play like this. So I'm actually, if I put like this, right? So then all this part will cover, which is not bad. It's actually perfect. And then I use another one to have a similar design. This one I use for something else, for smaller, for example, or like this one. You can use any type. And I prefer to glue, to cut the paper later, precisely cut. I prefer to glue first and then the cut. But because this is specific, material, and you can use pencil, you can use whatever you want, but I probably will do like this, and then I will cut it more precisely, like I do like this, right? So, right, this is not bad. And if I add some elements, yeah, look, this is not bad. And I add some sparkling elements to improve. And I do the same with this one. So I put like this. It's quite easy because you can see it's like really symmetrical, right? So I'm going to just cut it not very precisely. Of course you can use pencil and draw and then cut it, but I found that still matching the shape, you still have to work with scissors quite a lot. And I use manicure scissors. So now I use the Mod Podge, and I put not on the paper, I put on the top. Of my shape. Okay. And then I start to, because there's the lines here, I don't want these lines to go there. Yeah, so I think this is adjusted properly, and it's really good material to glue. Sometimes I use this kind of roll I use for massaging my skin, my neck, for example, but I found it's really good one as well. Yeah, so it's drying right now, and then I will cut around, and so I'll do the second one. Okay, so now I'm gonna use gently putting, let's see, the beauty of this Mod Podge that you can remove quickly. It's stick, but still, if you need to repair, you can remove easily. So now you have two, and I think they already look very nice, but I want to add something, some kind of sparkle, something unique. So what I'm gonna do, I'll show you later, but at the moment I'm going to cut the edges. I use a manicure one, and sometimes you have to be very careful because you can damage some edges, some wood. So it's better to do slowly. And also when it's dry, when it's covered with some varnish or with some protection, you see, it's good. I usually check if the edge is smooth or not. And you also can use this type of knife if you like it, but then you have to use the wood or plastic like pad just to protect your table, and be very careful with your fingers as well. So I'm cutting the rest of, yes, so I check if it's smooth. Of course, then you can use some instruments to make it smoother, like sandpaper, for example. But I just want to be smooth. Why smooth? Even if you cover the edge with some paintings. Anyway, I want them to be presentable and don't scratch somebody's fingers or skin. Like, so I'm removing gently. So we have two similar, beautiful, right? So what is next? It's actually start adding some elements you like. If you like this, then you just cover with varnish or Mod Podge. But or you can cover with resin, with epoxy if you like. But I want to add some golden elements. So let's see what I have. So I have some watercolors with golden texture, golden colors, shiny, solid watercolors, and I like them. I like them very much, and they look beautiful, right? So, and it actually matches the color of my earrings. I also have a chameleon powder, really tricky one because it changed the color, and I think this one probably will go here, not blue one. I have blue, like teal color, red one will change the color in some yellow, brown one, and this one brown that changed the color like pink, brown, and some other. This one it probably will go. So this is actually changed the color, and I have a whole set of chameleon powder, different one, and it's has more varieties like this. This is probably even better. So what I'm gonna do, I'm covering these earrings with Mod Podge. I use a very gentle brush. I don't want the brush to scratch it and damage. I'm not putting too much because this is not the main protection layer. It's just like for sparkles I'm gonna use, and Mod Podge is drying very fast. This is what I like. Usually a couple minutes and it's dry. And let's see. So now I want to use a little bit of this powder. The problem with this beautiful, beautiful, colorful powder, that when it goes everywhere. So I put a second layer of paper towel because I don't want to damage some other shapes. And what if I use some other? You see, it goes everywhere, and my fingers already in this powder. I prefer to use gloves if I work with this type of powder. And I'm thinking, what if I just sparkle a little bit? So I put on the top of this brush, the brush is dry, and I put a little bit, I'm just like doing this, maybe a little bit more. I don't want like to put too much. And the fly is coming and then helping me to change the design. It's a gentle touch. You hardly can see it, but it's actually already gives a beautiful sparkling design. Yeah, so it's already gives some sparkles. Maybe I need to put more because this one has more. And because Mod Podge is dried very fast, sometimes it's important to put it a little bit more, but not too much, not too much. Okay, I think it's enough. I can show you already that how it changed. It's already beautiful. So let it dry, but I think I want to add some actually watercolors, and then I use a brush, and I'm thinking I start with the dark one. I add more water. I start with the dark one. If it's too much water, and then I'll be using some drops like this. So I try to have on a tip not too big drops, I want to like not too big. Okay, I need more for this side. You never get it symmetrical. You never get it symmetrical. Okay, this is also works very well. I have a different type of stencils, and I decided that I'm gonna use this one. Honestly speaking, I never use this type of stencil on this type of paper, and we'll try because it shouldn't be very dry. So I use a stencil, and I use a little bit of golden color and silver in metallic brown, just to make a gentle touch of leaves like this. You can see them, right? Just to cover the stripes I don't like these black stripes. And actually I like the outcome, and I think it's enough because I don't want to make them very shiny, right? So they already have some sparkles. And so what's the next? I'm gonna make beautiful edges before I cover with varnish or Mod Podge. It's already dry, and I'm making just a very gentle one. It's not necessary, but still it's look better, especially if your cut is not precise and you see a little bit of error. So one is done, and another one just at the edge, very gentle. Of course you can make it like wider, it's up to you, whatever you like. So the next step, when it's dry, you can use resin, you can use varnish, or you can use a Mod Podge. And I will cover gently. And then I'll make the edges when it's dry. When the paint is not dry, then you kind of smash it over the surface, but it's okay. So it's getting darker and I have to stop working and continue tomorrow. But as you can see, this is one set of earrings, and I think they're beautiful. They're almost dry. But when this one was drying, I continued to work on this one. It's still dry and it's still covered by Mod Podge, and you cannot see the beauty of this one. So I'll show you later. I'm going to continue. So I thought I will finish my earrings next morning. But next morning, actually, I wasn't feeling okay, and it took another 2 days. My closest friend is dying of cancer, and every day it's like granted. And that's why I'm upset. My cold and this stress created that I had extremely high blood pressure and almost taken to the hospital. I refused to go to the hospital. Even my family physician insisted on that. But I asked her to give me just 1 or 2 days to control my condition, take some more medication, a different one, because I'm a doctor and I don't want to go to the hospital. So I feel much better today. And I want to show you what I've done, like how I finished. So as you remember, I started with this type of earrings. And they look very, very nice. Vintage, I would say, like old-fashioned, maybe Victorian style. So actually very nice. Then I was working on this one. I like it so much that I decided to use this paper again, and I add some chameleon powder, or chameleon colors, you can call it anyway. And I covered with like a finish with gloss Mod Podge, and some of them I covered with varnish. So you hardly can see the difference, what is covered with varnish, what is covered with Mod Podge. And I like it again so much that I was working on this one, and you see I added a little kind of comb, or in golden colors. You hardly can see here and here, and the same here, a little combs in golden. So I use some mesh, and I put some golden paint on mesh, and then I press it and transfer this gold on here you can see even better. And then I'll continue, and I had a piece of paper from the same series of paper, and it was some net, a printed net, but I put some golden paint in that. It became more realistic. And first I was thinking to add something to the flowers. I add a gentle touch of watercolors to the flowers, so they kind of blue, a little bit pinkish, and also has a little bit of sparkles. And this is really nice. Then I had another paper, like this one, like this paper, and I like it so much. So I decided to make this beautiful, gorgeous earrings, and it has a little bit of gold on the top, right? So it's really nice. And the same like here. So this is actually glossy Mod Podge. Glossy Mod Podge gives you a little kind of structure because it's not so liquidish as a varnish, but still the effect is wonderful, and I like how it came out. And yes, this one, see, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and it's protected from this side as well. And then this one, small one, I like it so much. They're so cute. Look at this. They're so cute. So a whole collection of some kind of Victorian or vintage antique earrings made of this beautiful, gorgeous scrap paper. Yeah, so, and it's not expensive. So it gives me a lot of pleasure to work with this paper. And it's well protected from rain, from any kind of damage. And I'm very happy with the result. So if you like it, just repeat the steps I showed in this video and write me in comments what do you think. Subscribe to my channel because I will be showing some other earrings made with different materials. And write your opinion about my work and what else would you like to see on my YouTube channel, because it's not only about earrings or jewelry, it's also about painting, different techniques of painting. It's crafts. So people say that I'm a multi-talented person. Well, it's true. That's why I think you can learn from me a lot. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.